Sit back and enjoy.
Yeah, what's happening in graphite, I think, is what was projected when maybe the ASX market first got interested in it in 2014. It's maybe taken a while, but we're seeing the results of a situation where there's just not enough graphite being mined and then turned into a purified spherical graphite form to meet the demand, which is all coming top down from the increased pickup in electric vehicles, which leads to a major need for lithium-ion batteries with projected growth rates of 20, 25%, 30% per annum. And we're starting to see that flow down to the anode makers, who are our customers, and then the need for purified spherical graphite. And we're finally, after a long time, seeing major price appreciation where like we did our initial study work in 2019, and we just adopted a forward cost curve from a price reporting service, Benchmark Mineral Intelligence, and we've already exceeded those expectations where we have prices up to in the mid to high $3,000 per ton, which probably doesn't even reach the incentive pricing to get new production in place. But again, the advantage we might have is because of the attributes of our project, we come in sort of at the low part of the cost curve. And so what's happening overall in the market is the end users are now seeing a supply gap. We saw what this did. We saw this play out I think we're still seeing it play out in the lithium sector in particular last year, and seeing it now, where there's a race to get projects and get them started as quickly as possible to meet this demand. I think we're just at the beginning of what's happening with graphite and purified spherical graphite, where you're going to need a lot of projects in place in order to meet that demand, and you would expect to have positive impact on the price. And I think we're just seeing that happening right now. I think the underlying message is we're at the beginning of what we think is a real paradigm shifting event in graphite, and graphite's been slow to gain the momentum, but now it's moving forward at a pace that really can't stop. And we're seeing those increases in aggregate volumes, sort of double, treble, quadruple, and then the volumes get big, and they get big very quickly. And in terms of what that means for us, I think for Renascor and where Renascor is going, we view our fundamental goal right now is we want to get into production. We want to get into production as quickly as we possibly can. And once we do that, we want to expand our production. We want to expand our production and become not just one of the largest, but perhaps the largest producer of purified spherical graphite, certainly outside of China. And then the opportunities going forward from that are really to, potentially start partnering with some of the anode customers as the EV market expands even further. So, we think we're still just at the beginning of stage one, and the potential as we move forward, if we're able to execute on getting up and running, then obviously the potential moving forward, just on a volume basis is really quite impressive. You get economies of scale, and then you can really take a foothold of the market. It's not often that commodities grow where you need 90 new projects over 10 years. And we're just at the beginning of what looks like a really exciting trend. And we welcome anybody who wants to learn more, because we think there's lots of room to go.